Hey guys, Brian here from Thumper Fab. Today I'm going to walk through installing our fender flares on your Polaris Xpedition. For the first step in mounting your fender flares on your Polaris Xpedition, we'll go ahead and use the flares as a template. We're going to start with the rear. You'll fit the flare into position, making sure that all the flanges are flush before coming through with your paint pen and marking your holes where you need to drill. When going to mark the front portion of your rear fender flare, you'll bolt the two flares together with the holes provided in the fender flares so that you can mark the holes with the fender flares in position as they'll be installed. Once you've marked your holes, if you have an XP model that has a dump bed, you'll have to remove these bolts so that the functionality of your bed will still allow you to dump. With all your holes marked for your rear fender flare, you can go ahead and drill them out using a 5/16 drill bit. You want to make sure you're nice and square on the mark so that when you come to install the fender flares, everything's a breeze. For the next step, we'll bolt our two front fender flares together for the passenger side. We'll use our 1/4 button head screws. Once you have them bolted together, you can rest them up against the side of the vehicle and use them as a template to mark the holes that you'll drill for our fasteners. Once you have your upper and lower fender flare bolted together, you can go ahead and set it up against the bike, making sure all your contact faces are resting flush against the vehicle before marking it with your marker. Once you have your holes marked for the front, you can go ahead and drill them out using your 5/16 drill bit. Once you have your holes drilled, you can go ahead and move on to installing your fender flares. The process will be similar for the front and the rear. We'll use our panel clips. You want to make sure they're expanded so that you can compress the inner section of the clip, slide it through the flare into the plastic before depressing the button, which will expand and hold the flare tight up against your vehicle. Once we have our front installed, we can go ahead and move on to the installation of the rear fender flares. The process is the same. We'll use our panel clips and line it up with the holes we previously drilled. Simply inserting the clip and depressing the button so that it expands it and holds the anchor in place. With all your panel clips fully installed and everything tight, you're ready to hit the trails and enjoy your new fender flares.